Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Trudger MC, and yes, we are back at it again with Todd McFarlane's Spawn Ultra Action Figures. Today we're looking at Zombie Spawn. And I'm very excited about this one here, because you have this guy, but you also have his 4 drop-dead weapons. And he is from Series 7. He's also apparently from America's Best-Selling Comic Book. Again, I don't know if that was actually the case or if it was the case for a time, but regardless, that's what it says on here. Here's Zombie Spawn. And like I said, he is from Series 7. And so there is the rest of Series 7. I have actually all of those except for one. I do not have the Mangler, but I have Zombie Spawn. As you can tell, I've already reviewed Scourge, Crutch, and Nobody. And I will be reviewing Sam and Twitch soon. And, of course, you have the 100 subscriber special of Spawn 3 right there. So, there's that's pretty cool. And then we have Spawn Series 6, Series 5, Total Chaos Series 1. I've reviewed all of those. And then you have some instructions there on what this guy's all about. And then there is a bio right there. So, if you want to know what this guy's about, well, there you go. So, I suppose without any further ado, let's open this guy up, because this guy isn't meant to be in this package. He's meant to be unboxed, so let's do that right now. Let's get this guy out of here and see what he's about and what his 4 drop-dead weapons are about. Does that mean I'm going to die as soon as I open this? Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out together. At least it would make for interesting content, you know? I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Ooh, I can tell this guy has been in the package for a very long time. This guy has a very fresh, new toy smell to him. Oh man, there's not really anything like that when it comes to toys. Let's face it, like getting a toy out of the package that's been in there for a very long time, has a very plasticky smell to it. That's what it's all about. So, here he is. And my goodness, what I noticed about this guy right off the bat is that he's very tall. So, for a comparison that actually makes sense, here he is with Nuclear Spawn from Series 5, and you can see that he has some height to him. Like, this guy's really big. And then that brings up the question of, is this guy so big that he could actually fit in with the newer Spawn figures, like the 1/12 ones? I'd say maybe, if you wanted him to be like a shorter guy, because here he is with Dark Ages Spawn from the Mortal Kombat line, and yeah, he is a little bit shorter. But honestly, not by much. So, like, you could have this guy in with the newer figures. And, of course, as per usual, here he is with Spider-Man. You can see they're actually pretty similar in size there. So, interesting stuff. And then as far as how tall he actually is, well, let's find out together. So, he stands, let's say, to the top of his head. Let's say he's like just over 7 inches, including to the top of this thing here. Looks like he's more like 8.5 inches. So this guy's really big. Then flipping that around to metric, looks like he is about 18 centimeters to the top of his head and about 21 centimeters to the top of this thing. So I suppose let's take a look at this guy. He does have a real I don't know if this is a tunic or what, but this is like cloth, soft goods. It's kind of see-through, but I guess that kind of makes sense with this guy being, like, super old and crusty, and, yeah. So, there you go. He's got plenty of armor. He definitely, he looks like Al Simmons, but, like, even more messed up, like, when he was brought back. Because Al Simmons was just burned alive. But this guy looks like he's been through, basically everything. So, it almost looks like his armor is, like, makeshift, which makes sense given his story. So, he's got, like, some, like, armor padding here that has, like, ropes around it to make sure that it's in place. You got, like, I don't know if this is supposed to be a worm or what, but you got, like, something connecting back here. You got some, like, metal that's connecting all of these pieces together. You got some more, like, tendrils and that. You got a wire over here. You got some, like, arm bands right here connecting this, like, piece of metal to his arm. And then you have, like, a spike that's connected to whatever this is, and then you got like some, I don't know if this is like an ammo pouch or what that is, but you got some black on there. I do really like the color of this guy, how he's this like really faded brown color. I think that's really cool. And then you got some like black pants. You got some brown straps on there. He does have a pouch, as per usual with Spawn. You got to have a pouch on the leg there, so that's pretty cool. And then you have these massive metal boots, and these things are huge, and they're actually really heavy too. You got a holster there, which is for one of his weapons. We'll look at those, don't worry. Then you have some more like tendrils, or I don't know what these are, if these are worms or roots or what these are. But either way, it's really cool. And I do like sort of like this black on here. It almost looks like there's tar on him. Like, this guy has been through some serious stuff here, and I think that's pretty cool. So, let's go over the articulation now. His head does rotate. It could theoretically rotate all the way around, but he has a ton of stuff up here, so you can't really do that. His arms do go out, and if you wanted to have like a stereotypical zombie pose of him sort of shambling with his arms out, I guess you could do that. So there you go. His arms do, of course, move down as well. Then there doesn't seem to be any torso joint, but that's okay. And then for his legs, oh my goodness, I can tell these are tight. Don't break on me. Don't break on me. Ugh. Okay, there we go. So I got that one to move. So there you go. That gives you an idea of how far forward it can go. It's pretty good. And then it can go back hardly at all, but that's okay. And then you do get a single joint for the knee. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that he does have a joint at the elbow. His left arm is super tight. I'm not gonna bother with that one. But yeah, and then there's nothing with the wrist. So yeah, there is a knee joint there. So there you go. He does have that. And I suppose that's all for the articulation. Looks like that's what he's all about. But that's okay. He doesn't have to be about the articulation because, as the box showed, he has 4 drop-dead weapons. And here they are. So, which one first? I guess let's go over the sword first, because this does bring up... I know that there's a variant of this guy, and the variant of this guy, he actually has the sword that's attached to his arm. Like, it's not a separate piece. It's like part of his arm. So, there you go. And I think the sword looks cool. I like that it's a... kind of like how it's hollow on here. It kind of reminds me of like an energy sword from Halo. So yeah, and then there is some instructions here to hold sword placed through the hole in left hand or pin to right. Okay, so yeah, he does have this massive hole in his left hand there, but he also has a pin in his right hand. So there's a peg hole there. So I suppose we can just have him hold the sword in there, and then yeah, so he can hold on to it like that. I think that looks pretty good, but he does also have a place where he can store it. I guess if you go back here, looks like he can like have it go like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, that is what you do. You just fit it through this wire piece there. So there you go. There's where his sword can go. And then as far as this next stuff, let's look at the shotgun next. So this thing is cool, and what I thought of when I saw this is this reminds me of the shotgun from the Devil May Cry games. And let me know if y'all have played Devil May Cry before, because I found that that series is a lot of fun. So this kind of reminds me of the shotgun from that. It also kind of looks like the Doom shotgun, so that's pretty cool. And then I do like the like straps around this, and yeah, so what you can do is you can obviously have him hold on to the shotgun. You can, you know, have him hold on to it like that, so that's pretty cool. Or you can have it go into this holster right here. So you have this massive holster on his leg, and you can fit it in there. So there you go. And then he also has a chainsaw. Of course he has a chainsaw. So this isn't too sharp, and it doesn't actually do anything, unlike the chainsaw that came with the curse. If you saw my curse review, you saw that he had a chainsaw and it could actually, like these things could actually move. Not the case with this one, but I do like the red on here, as well as the black, and then like this gunmetal color. Definitely looks like this chainsaw could move. And then I guess what you can do, there is a peg hole here, so I guess you can peg this inside his smaller hand, his smaller hand hole like that, so he could hold onto it like that. Because otherwise he would be holding it backwards on his left arm, and I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. So we will try to fit this in, like so. Well, you kind of get the idea. So he can hold onto it like that. And then is there a place for the chainsaw? There is not a place for the chainsaw. So I guess he kind of has to hold onto it. But then he also has this. And my goodness, I thought that the oversized accessories and weapons and all of that with the McFarlane figures, I thought that started with the DC ones. No, look at the size of this Uzi. This has this massive magazine size. It's got like all these things here. Like this thing could do some serious damage. And I suppose this also has a peg hole. But you could also fit it because his left hand is sort of more fit for that. He can hold on to the Uzi like that, I suppose. Or you can have him try to hold it in his right hand with the peg hole. Yeah, so he can hold onto it like that. I think that looks pretty cool. So there you go. And then as far as the chainsaw, I don't know. I don't know where you could put the chainsaw. Is there isn't really a spot for him to hold the chainsaw. Well, I guess we can figure that out later. But yeah, so there he is. I like him looking like this, I gotta be honest. This guy looks like he could do some serious damage, but he also looks like he could take some serious damage because he's been through a lot. But yeah, so there you go. Here is Zombie Spawn. I think this guy's very fun, and I would recommend getting this guy, if not for the figure, just for the weapons, because he has 4 of them. And like I said, if you do want all 4 of the weapons separately, get this version of him, because there's a variant that looks a little bit different, but he also has a sword. Like, the sword is literally attached to his left hand, so you can't really have the sword be a separate piece, which is kind of too bad, because I like the way the sword looks as its own, as well as attached to his back like that. But I digress. There is Zombie Spawn. So if you like this guy, or you like this review, or anything like that, do be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you think of this guy, or of the line, or anything else that you want to talk about. It's all good. And then if you are interested in more content like this, do be sure to subscribe, because I have reviewed quite a lot of these older figures, and I do intend to continue that, as well as review some of the newer stuff. But other than all of that, I do hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.